Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
All right. Happy Columbus Day.
Hello. Good morning.
Welcome in. We're getting a little started late this morning, but we do want to welcome you in as we get rolling here. How about episode 370 as we continue on October the 14th? Just had one of the hottest days, at least in Central Texas, in recorded history in the month of October. I was in Georgetown this weekend, 101. We didn't hit that in Huntsville, did we?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so we were blessed. Didn't hit 101 here, but we are glad to be back. Hey, this morning, originally was thinking, man, we may not have a show because it's Columbus Day, Walker County Federal's closed. A lot of the state agencies, except one in a moment we'll talk about, that is open today, but many of them are closed today. But we do want to give a shout out, as always, to Karen Denman, Toy, Denise, the entire staff over at Walker County Federal Credit Union. We are here today and ready to rock and roll. Big shout out as well to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com for all your jewelry needs. But hanging out with us for a little bit this morning is none other than Breanna Dotson from Sam Houston State University. Good to see you, Breanna.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
Of course, I know.
We were just talking, and you were probably like on one of our episodes that was still like in the 20s or 30s.
I know.
So it's been over a year now.
Over a year, yes.
Yeah. So we reached out to Breanna, maybe 3 weeks ago or so, shot over an email, and I said, hey, it's been a while since you've been on the show. Would love for you to come in and give us some updates about what's happening over at the university. And one cool thing about Breanna since the last time we've seen her, not only do we have some updates on what's going on at the university, but she has been promoted now to the Director of Campus Activities and Traditions at Sam Houston State University.
Yes, it's so exciting. I love serving our students, so it's been a huge blessing that I've been given this opportunity.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that here in just a few moments. We do want to give all of you a chance this morning to let us know that you're out there. So if you can, just say hello to us, send a comment, like, and share this broadcast. We'll have a little bit of an abbreviated show today, but we are so thankful that you are here. As we dig in, Breanna, I know we've had you on before. You grew up in Onalaska, but can you kind of give us a little recycle, go back and let us know a little bit about just your journey here to Huntsville?
Yes, of course. So, yes, I'm from Onalaska, Texas. That's where I graduated high school. We used to not have the high school in Onalaska, but
Where did y'all go?
to Livingston.
How far was it? It's like
it was right down the
15
road.
minutes?
Yeah, but like I had a cousin who was 4 or 5 years older than me, and she graduated from Livingston because she had to go to Livingston. But now Onalaska has a high school, and we're growing so much more. So it's amazing. But I'm from Onalaska, Texas, and I came to Sam Houston State University to get my undergraduate degree. And I never wanted to leave. I started working for the university when I was still getting my undergraduate degree. And then I figured out that that is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I got my master's degree in higher education from Sam Houston State University. And I am currently in the doctoral program trying to get my doctoral degree in higher education as well.
There's more promotion coming. So, yeah, well, congratulations.
Thanks.
And maybe some Bearcat bloodline going on too, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got any special messages for family members
Yes,
this morning?
yes, I do. My little sister, Riley, I'm 100% trying to get her to become a Bearcat with me. We're really pushing for her to come to Sam Houston State University. She has been accepted. So, Riley, please come to Sam Houston.
Yeah, we won't say any details, but there's another university that's kind of far away.
Too far away.
Yeah, just want to let you know, Riley. I don't know you, but I'm going to let you know that, you know, it sounds kind of cool sometimes being kind of far away, but then you're like, man, I sure miss that home cooking. Mm-hmm. You need to be within driving distance to where it's not super convenient, but it's convenient.
It's convenient. You know you'll miss mom.
So it's like us. We're, living here in Huntsville now, my wife and I, but we still have family back in Georgetown. And for us, it's only 2.5, almost 3 hour drive. So if we want, it's cool because if on the weekend, if we decide, hey, we want to go see Nikki and Jeff, we just get in the car and go.
Yeah.
And we don't have to make, unlike when we were in Fargo, there was no way it would have been a 17-hour drive.
No.
So, well, Breanna, let us know a little bit about kind of what's been going on in your life. There's you just mentioned about pursuing this doctoral program now, which I think is so amazing. But there's been some changes. Kind of, I wouldn't say like dramatic changes, but there's been some really cool changes, some promotions in your career. Mm-hmm. Let us know a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been super awesome. I was the Associate Director of Campus Activities and Traditions, and now our division kind of went through a reorg, and I've been promoted to a Director of Campus Activities and Traditions. My boss was promoted to the Executive Director of Student Engagement. So we kind of have a student engagement area now, and we fall underneath the Dean of Students Office, which is super incredible. So in our unit, we have the Dean of Students Office, the Fraternity and Sorority Life Office, and Student Involvement, which oversees all of our student organizations. So we are all one big unit now, working together to create the best student experience with student engagement.
We were talking again before we came on, and I was talking about, this whole FBS transition. And, if you don't understand the athletic side of it, it is important because the athletics really helps to kind of be that train or that springboard, if you will, for more recognition. Mm-hmm. And now that the program is in a national FBS spotlight, you're starting to see clips on ESPN. You're starting to see more new. I just saw another news story come out the other day from very respected media in the sports world. Sports Illustrated has a ton of articles coming out, and it's talking about, like, where's the Sam Houston State team coming from? If you were still at the FCS level, you may not get that kind of coverage. And this is good because the academics also follow suit along with the athletics. Maybe talk a little bit about what you've seen, because you've been at the university in total how many years now?
This is my 7th year.
So you've seen a lot over 7 years. Yes. Can you kind of give us maybe like the quick Cliff Notes version of what you've seen over these last 7 years, and especially this transition for football moving to the FBS, the exposure that it's brought the university?
I know. It is absolutely amazing to have our football team doing so well and getting us so much recognition. But I mean, the university, even when I started going to school here, obviously I'm from right down the road, so I knew I wanted to be here, but I feel like people are so much more excited about Sam Houston now too, which is amazing. I mean, it's making Huntsville grow, it's making everything grow around us. So definitely the recognition has made students really excited about coming to Sam Houston and being a Bearcat. So that's super encouraging, and I love that. So
yeah, it seems like, it just seems like there's this new, I don't know, not being corny, but like this rah, rah,
I know,
rah.
It's so exciting.
Especially, you go back to some of the games, how many people are coming to the games now?
Yes, that was amazing. The last 2 home games were absolutely incredible. And then even in the NRG Stadium game, the stadium was packed. That was the largest crowd that I have seen in a few years. So it's really exciting to see everyone super excited about Sam Houston. Like, I always joke with my students, like, I bleed orange, I'm a Bearcat through and through, and they would agree. And I think everyone else is finding that passion a little bit more now, and it's super exciting.
Well, big game coming up, Western Kentucky WKU here on a Wednesday night. And I was talking, again, to somebody else about this, and they said, these midweek games, and all this stuff's kind of weird. And I said, not really, because now we're the only thing going on during that week in college football. And there may be a few others, but we're getting a lot of recognition, from those midweek games, right?
Yes, and I'm super excited about this game this Wednesday. Bearcat Alley, of course, our department oversees Bearcat Alley, so we'll have a huge tailgate scene right out in front of Bauer Stadium before the game. But I'm hoping that we still get a large crowd. I think that we definitely can. And, I mean, we're winning and we're doing great, so I think that we can pack Bowers again this Wednesday night.
I know being around coaches, you don't ever look too far ahead. You want to go 1-0 every week. That's what a coach will always tell you. Just want to go 1-0 every week. And it's kind of like you reset every week. Okay, we want to go 1-0. We want to win this week. But as a fan now, as a broadcaster, I used to kind of follow that mindset of the coach. And someone criticized me once, Rob, you don't give enough opinions. I was like, I give positive opinions. Even if I think there's something negative going on, I'm not going to speak negative. I'm always going to speak positive because I want to highlight our program in a positive way. And I can say for the years that, I was there and now on the outside looking in, I'm always going to speak positive about our coaches, our program from the top down. But one thing that I really started to realize is, there's more and more people getting involved. There's more people getting engaged. And now here we are as a fan, I can say that I'm excited about one more game, one more win. And there's talk of a bowl coming up. How huge is that for this university?
That is so exciting. That is absolutely exciting. And I hear it could be in the Bahamas. I've heard New Orleans too. That would be so exciting.
And then it'll end up being down the road.
Wherever we go, as long as we go, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, it's cool. So, 6 wins usually get you a bowl game. And so that's going to bring even more exposure. We've still got a lot of games left, so plenty of opportunities to get that. And I think Sam Houston is headed. And even more exciting, it's their first year of being bowl eligible.
Right.
So it's kind of like the Cinderella story of Texas right now, not to speak about UT too much, but first year in the SEC, they're the number 1 team in the nation, and they're dominating. Look like they're well on their way to winning the SEC. But then we have our Bearcats right here in Huntsville, first year bowl eligible, and looks like they're headed towards a bowl game. So the future definitely bright. Speaking of bright, there's a guy that you get to coordinate some things with, Adam Bright. Let us know a little bit about Adam's role and just how you guys communicate together.
Yeah, Adam is amazing. And, I always kind of joke that our department was responsible for the student fan engagement, but I think athletics would agree. But now we do have a director of fan engagement, Adam Bright, and he has been amazing to work with. He has an awesome ideas. I mean, we did Pups at the Pritchett for the soccer game.
I like that.
This past week. He did Blocktoberfest for a volleyball series this weekend. So he has some awesome ideas. I think the game this weekend is a salute to service game. So they're going to give away some camouflage hats as you go into the stadium. So he is absolutely amazing to work with, and he really wants our Bearcat fans to be engaged with every single sport.
Were you at the game when they did the drone light show?
No, I wasn't. I do Bearcat Alley, and so I was so sad to miss that, but I went to a Creed concert. Sorry, I definitely watched the game on my phone.
Those guys are still around?
Yes.
Wow. Was it You Can Take Me High?
Yeah.
Is that them?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was.
Wow, I haven't heard of Creed since I was like 14 in the youth group at my old church. Wow.
Absolutely love that.
I didn't know they were still around.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. So I couldn't miss that. But no, I heard the drone show was amazing, phenomenal. Saw all the pictures, saw the videos.
Yeah.
I think someone even live recorded, and I was trying to watch it at the same time. It was awesome.
That is cool though, because their song "You Can Take Me Higher" and here's the drone flying around.
I know,
so they did. Yeah. Those kind of things really do bring in, not only just the experience for the fans there during the game, but you talk about the stories that are written afterwards. Maybe talk a little bit about some of that and just how all of these things come together to promote the university further.
I know, and I'm on a part of a few Facebook pages, like a Bearcat Athletic fan one, and they're always sharing all the media outlets that are posting and tagging Sam Houston in it. And like you said, it's big names, and I just can't believe how much exposure the football team is getting from all these other outlets. And then when they're shared on Facebook or shared on social media, then they're shared even worldwide. It's amazing.
Well, I want to go back and circle again. We're talking to Breanna Dotson. She is the Director of Campus Activities and Traditions at Sam Houston State University. What is kind of in this role, what does a day-to-day look like for you now?
That's so funny. I was just asked that by my friend. Sometimes your friends have no idea what you do at work every day. But I, of course, coordinate and plan all of our traditions and special events for the students. Some of the traditions, of course, include Bearcat Alley, the ring ceremony. We help the Alumni Association with that just a little bit, the Tree of Light ceremony, Welcome Week, Homecoming Week, which we just celebrated. So that's some of our larger traditions. And of course, in the spring, we always celebrate March to the Grave, celebrating General Sam Houston's birthday and Texas Independence Day.
Oh, cool.
And then I also oversee the Campus Activities Board, which is a group of 7 students who plan and host. The students plan and host like 5 free events for students each month. So.
Wow, that's cool. We went, my wife and I did the March to the Grave. When does that take place every
March
year?
2nd.
I should know. March to the Grave.
March 2nd this year. Well, in 2025, it'll be on March 1st. I'm pretty sure I'm able to release that, but we're going to host it on that Saturday because March 2nd falls on a Sunday this year.
Well, we went, and, our studio used to be right downtown, and I was talking to Tracy Reichert about this, and she goes, yeah, it comes right in front of you.
Yep.
So we literally parked, and whenever we saw it get there, we just took the wagon and the kids, and we walked the rest of the way. If you've never been to March to the Grave, usually on March the 2nd, this year on March the 1st. If you've never been, be a part of this. It's such a cool tradition, and it's not just for the students, although that's who it started out with. The entire community is welcome to be there. Derek Birdsall was there, and he always dresses up.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is there's descendants of Sam Houston that are there. There was a guy, and I think it was like his great-great-great uncle, one of the, or like Sam Houston was this guy's great-great-great-great uncle or great-great-great, however many greats, grandpa.
And he looked identical.
He looked
identical.
See him?
Yes. I was like staring at him.
It's like, is Sam Houston here with us?
We sponsored the breakfast. That takes place over at the Sam Houston. No, not the Memorial Museum.
Is it over at the Visitor Center?
Yes. And he was there. They were there. It was amazing. I was like staring at him. He probably like, what is going on? But he looked so much like him.
Well, it's those kind of events that, when people say, I don't know if there's a lot going on in Huntsville. There's a ton going on here. There's a lot. You just pick your organization, and there's something going on all the time. Again, Sam Houston State University doing a great job engaging with the community, so many different avenues to be involved in. One of them coming up pretty soon, I think there's an opportunity for fans to get involved a little bit with the basketball teams. Can you highlight that for us?
Yes, of course. Yeah, Bearcat Madness is taking place this Thursday in Johnson Coliseum, and students and fans, anyone's allowed to come and get to know the men's and women's basketball team, play some games with them. I think they're giving away 250 Bearcat Madness t-shirts to the first 250 fans that come in, and then students can like play games and interact with the teams as well to win some prizes. So
now, is that open to the community as well, or is it just for students usually?
No, I think it looks like it's for the first 250 fans, so it should be open to everyone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's one thing, too, that I wanted to highlight. I've seen a lot more, and I was talking, we're so blessed to have a young lady here that helps us as an intern. She's a LEAP ambassador named Michelle Cardenas, wonderful young lady. She's with us every Tuesday and Thursday here on Hello Huntsville. And I asked her about this because in the past I would ask students, like, hey, do you go to the football games? Like, not really. And I asked Michelle that same question, and she goes, Rob, there's been like this sudden shift. She goes, the students are fired up. People are talking about it. From you being an alumni of Sam Houston, can you guide us a little bit through that journey and what you've seen over the years? Not that students weren't ever not that they were ever putting down anything, but it seems like now they're starting to pick it up and be like, hey, we want to get behind this and support this.
No, I definitely agree. I was a student during my undergraduate degree, and I remember we did not attend that many games. Like maybe we went to tailgate or maybe we did something before, but I do remember that we kind of didn't go into the games sometimes. And now that is not the case. Like these students are going into the games. If they're not sitting out at tailgate and watching the game somehow on a TV out there, they're going inside these games. So it's been a super amazing to see that. And, Tailgate Move, that's what I kind of came on to talk about, I guess, a few years ago. We have a new Bearcat Alley area out in front of Johnson Coliseum.
That's what you talked about.
And even though the space seems to be smaller, it's really not. It's full. And we have tons of student organizations out there, the colleges, departments. The Alumni Association has a big tent out there, but they also have a big area in the pavilion too. So it's absolutely amazing to see all the fans not only come to tailgate, but go inside and watch the games as well.
Yeah, I think it's, like in ministry, one thing that I've picked up too is it's better to have a smaller building and have it packed with people than to have a huge area and then still have a good number of people, but it feels empty.
Right.
I went down to the tailgate with my friend Ed Watto. We went to a game last year. We made it on ESPN. I was like, yes, I finally made it on ESPN.
Wow.
Not as a broadcaster, but as a as a fan, it was cool, because we were up rah-rah and cheered. And Ed and I were just walking around, and I said, Ed, this is such a different experience. I feel like there's so much more energy down here. Now there's a lady, if you're watching, named Irma Dowden. Irma's very busy. She works in the election office. They're very busy at this time of the year in Miss McCrae's office, but Irma's a sweetheart. Her and her mom Lupe, I love them very much. And And when Irma's there, it's always the full energy. Do you know Irma by any chance?
I do.
When Irma's there, the energy is always at maximum level.
Always. It's amazing. I saw her as soon as she got to the NRG game down in Houston, too.
See, you always find Irma.
I do.
Well, I was telling her, because of course I saw her last year when we went to a game, and I was like, Irma, she goes, isn't this awesome? And she was just so full of energy. It's important. Get out and support this team. Get out and support the university. There's so many opportunities to get connected. Again, this Thursday, Bearcat Madness is coming up. So make sure that you come out, be a part of that. We'll post more information on our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. And also make sure to click on the events section. What are some other things? I know I'm just kind of spitfiring a few things, Abby. What are some other things that are kind of lined up down the road that maybe you can mention?
Yeah, so like I just said, we just celebrated Homecoming Week, which thank you all so much to the Huntsville community with Homecoming Week. That was absolutely amazing how many people came out and supported. The carnival's free and open to the public, so we had tons of people there. The parade is my favorite, and we had tons of people line up down Sam Houston Avenue for that. So thank you everyone for that. But usually homecoming is like later in October, so I can't believe that's already over. But now the next big tradition that's coming up is the Tree of Light ceremony. So that's going to be November 19th, and we host a festival at like 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., and that's just kind of games and activities, some other stuff to just engage students and the community, and then the ceremony will happen right at 6.
It's good that you guys aren't like Home Depot and are doing it now. No offense to Home Depot, but y'all aren't putting the Christmas trees
out. I know, and we used to put it up like the week of Thanksgiving break, but it's just not up that long for students, because then we have one more week, and then it's finals, and then we're done. So we did start putting it up a week earlier now, and I think it's got good traction. So
that's another thing, and I want to encourage people. Look, you don't have to be a student at the university to enjoy all of these events. Go and be part of it. Experience the culture. My wife and I went when we first had when our daughter was first born, and it was those tender years where you're still carrying him in the wagon. I miss those years. Now my boy, we carry him in the wagon. Yeah. But it was fun. It was just this really awesome event, not just for the students who were having fun, but I mean, if you want to go make some great memories with your family, start making these events a tradition in your family, because it's things that your children will remember. You will certainly remember it. And it's just a good way to get out and just be involved. It
is. And it's so exciting. We invite student orgs, departments, really anyone to decorate a big ornament, and they get to place it on the tree during the ceremony. And then, of course, we kind of place them around the tree the next day. But it's so exciting. Everyone all in unison counting down to the lighting of the tree too. Like, it really is. I feel like I'm always so emotional at all of my traditions and events. I'm telling you, I'm super passionate about what I do. And that is like just so emotional to me, just seeing everyone super excited about celebrating together.
Do you get to be behind the scenes and ever flip any of these switches?
I do during the day, because I have to make sure that they're working. Facilities, and John, he's amazing. He comes out and he's like, okay, are you ready to test the tree? And so, yes, I get to test it every year. So that's super neat.
One thing, Breanna, if someone may be watching this morning and saying, I want to get involved, is there opportunities maybe for the community to come out and volunteer to help with anything? Do y'all ever have things like that open up?
So the biggest one that we have is like new student move-in. We always have a lot of people in the community that are wanting to do that. And I'm definitely talking to my areas and making sure that we can have the community come and do that safely. So I think that might be a great opportunity for the community to come out, and new student move-in every year. And we'll have those dates, of course, probably by the end of this year, because we'll know when school starts and then when we start moving in, get ready for Bearcat kickoff and welcome week. So
couple things too. The food courts are open to the public.
Yeah.
I was so thankful when Christy Vienne was here, because she told me, Rob, you need to go over to the market. You need to eat. I think it was like $7 and it was all you can eat. Now, if you're trying to eat better and healthier, if you don't have self-control, aka me, don't go. But if you do have self-control, yes, go, because it is really great food. The staff is always so amazing there.
Yes.
And I want to know who's in charge of this, because what do you call the main area, like where everybody, not the market, but the other areas where all the, is it the food court? Is that what y'all call that? Like inside of the LSC?
Paw Print down in the LSC. Mm-hmm.
So I need to know who's responsible for bringing free birds to the food court.
And that was so awesome. I got to go to like a little VIP showing of it. Oh, it was so good.
Freebird, they originated in Austin, and Freebirds is my absolute favorite.
It's awesome.
And then out of nowhere one day I see Freebirds is open. And so I said, Michelle, can I go over there like as a person in the community? Because I know I can go to the market. She goes, yeah, you can go. So we went and had lunch. Man, if you want some Freebirds, Chipotle's good, but Freebirds is like Chipotle with a bunch of extras.
Yes, and it's so awesome. Yeah, Frank and Brad and Laurel and Airmark, they are amazing to work with, and they're always listening to the students' opinions too. So they have a great presence on social media, and there's a QR code pretty much at every single station and every single market in Paw Print and at Southpaw, everywhere. And students can go in and put their opinions and see what they want to see there too. So they do take it in consideration.
Breanna, a couple of final questions for you as you continue to grow and, of course, seeking your doctorate now, which is very admirable. I know that's a lot of work. Do you have to write a dissertation for that kind of stuff?
I will, yeah.
It's like 300 pages? Is that what it's going to require?
Yeah, and I'm only in my second semester, so I keep joking when
do you start that?
Catch me in 4 years.
Do you start that now, or do you wait a while?
No, we wait. Yeah,
okay.
I don't really have a solid idea of what I want to write about, so they kind of help us through that too. So you have 2 years of coursework, and then you'll start writing.
It'd be cool to write about a small town university getting to the big league. You
right.
know? Who knows what that's going to look like? What are some goals? I mean, what are you dreaming about in this role that you have now? What are some things that you'd like to see come to pass?
Yeah, I absolutely love overseeing our traditions, and we're always trying to do more for the students too. It takes a while for a tradition to get set in place, but our special events, we want to hear from our students too and hear what they want from us so that we can give them that as much as we can, So I know that there's been talk, we had a Sam Jam music series a few years ago.
Oh, cool.
I know that the students really like the music on campus, so anything like that, we want to hear from the students, and I want to support them and ensure that they have the best experience at the university during their time in college. So, all
right, I have two last questions for you. Second to last question: what do you really enjoy most about Sam Houston? What do you think let me rephrase it like this: what do you think makes Sam Houston unique? Maybe there's somebody watching this morning and saying, we've been considering going to, another college. We've been looking at Tech. We've been looking at UT. We've been looking at A&M. We know about Sam Houston. What do you feel like, not to compare with other universities, but what do you feel makes Sam Houston State University unique?
I mean, I really do think it's our culture. It's our family on campus. We really are like a big family to me. And like I said, I get so emotional and passionate at our events because I love seeing the students so excited about being at an event at Sam Houston State University. All of our traditions tie back to Sam Houston State University, and it is just amazing to see how passionate our students are about coming here. And I want everyone to see that. Everyone who wants to come to Sam Houston, I want them to see how passionate our Bearcats are about going to school at Sam Houston and getting that degree from Sam Houston State University.
Well, I can tell you, when you're around Breanna, you will feel nothing but Sam Houston State University. When she walked in, I was like, oh, man, I feel like the university's here. So that it definitely works.
Awesome.
Definitely works. You're the right role for that, Breanna. Okay, final question, the most important question that I've been waiting to ask you. When you're not watching the Bearcats, who are you watching? Who are you rooting for outside of Sam Houston? Is there another football team that you're rooting for?
My husband likes A&M, so we definitely watch A&M games. But other than that, no, not really. I mean, I love the Houston Texans too. Love Houston teams.
Did they win yesterday?
Did they?
I think they were 4-1.
Yes, yeah.
I shouldn't admit that because I'm a Cowboys fan, and the Cowboys are terrible.
Ooh, that was a rough game.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I said, Google, what's the score of Dallas? And it said 30-something to 6, and I was like, nope, not going to watch it.
No, well, my uncle is a big Lions fan, so I'm sure he was super excited.
He was happy, yeah. All right, well, Breanna Dotson with us today. We so appreciate her time. And, again, if you see Breanna around town, let her know you appreciate her and the hard work that she's doing along with her staff. They do incredible work. And we'll have you on again. It's been a while, and just loved catching up with you and letting folks out there know what you've been up to and continuing to promote the good in Huntsville. And one of the biggest chunks of good in our community is our university. So thank you so much, Breanna, for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and eat 'em up, cats.
All right. We'll step aside. We'll take a break, friends. A little bit more to go as I'll close us out here in a little bit. We don't have a keyword today, but if you'd like to text us on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line just to let us know you're out there this morning, go ahead and do that, by the way. If you want to go ahead and text us, do it regardless, because we will automatically enter you in to the contest that we will be having this week. We'll announce that tomorrow, so you will get one entry today. It's kind of a little, what do you call that, a surprise box thing? It's a surprise box. So go ahead and text us. Just text us in your name to 936-339-0139, and that will get you an entry automatically in for the rest of the week. You can text in once per day, and we'll announce what we're going to be doing this week starting tomorrow. For now, though, we'll take a break. Our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union make it possible for us to be here on a Monday and have our special friends like Breanna Dotson from Sam Houston State University come on and let us know about the good happening throughout the university in Huntsville. So please visit them online, walkercountyscu.com, for all of your financial needs. If there's something they can't do, I guarantee they will point you in the right direction. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue promoting the good here in Huntsville. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us, friends.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
So, what's inside the mysterious little box?
What box? Oh, that box over there.
You went to Elliott.
Wait, don't open it yet. Oh, and yes, I went to see Elliott's Jewelers just a couple of days ago.
Inside the box, is it golden?
Well, I was a little concerned about the price of gold because it's high, but Elliott really helped me find something beautiful and monetarily agreeable.
Oh, well, hey, can I open it now? Please?
Whoa, just a little longer. You have to at least wait until Christmas Day.
Oh, well, I can do that.
Elliott's Jewelers. Fine jewelry and engravable gifts. Schedule your appointment at elliottjewelers.com. That's ELLIOTTS Jewelers.com.
Make sure there's something extra special inside the mysterious little box you give this season.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your four-legged family members.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Braylon, say this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, friends, back at us. We continue on here, 8:34. We'll wrap up in just a few moments. Thanks for being with us on this Motivational Monday. Our friends from Walker County Federal have the day off today as they are enjoying Columbus Day, and we want to welcome you in. So I changed the camera angle here just because it's just me on this shot today. I appreciate Breanna Dotson for being with us here just a few moments ago from Sam Houston State University. And, hey, do us a favor. Let us know that you're out there this morning. Always great to talk to all of you and have you on. We love our community, love Huntsville, and we are just so thankful for God's provision, all the great things happening here throughout Huntsville. Today, by the way, it's National Online Bank Day, which is kind of funny because most of the banks are closed today. Second Monday in October. National Kick Butt Day today. I just wanted to mention that. So get out there and make something happen. It's National also, Native American Day today is Columbus Day, is also National Real Sugar Day. No fake sugar, no aspartame today, friends. If you're going to have a Diet Coke today, just have the real thing because it's National Sugar Day. And also today, National Dessert Day. So see, you can cheat. You can have sugar, you can have dessert. And it's also National Bald Day today. So for guys that I'm not going to talk because I want to make sure that I always keep my hair. Columbus Day, it's also now known as Indigenous Peoples Day, a federal holiday, so no mail today. If you're expecting mail, you won't get mail. Most banks are closed today as well, so just wanted to mention that to you. A few birthdays today. Detroit Lions, if you're a Cowboys fan, boy, they really took care of the Cowboys yesterday. Their quarterback, Jared Goff, 30 years old today, just did really, really good. Offered to throw him a huge party, but he said he'd pass, by the way. It's another dad joke. Usher, how about Usher today? I thought he was older than this. Usher turns 46 years old today, so happy birthday to Usher. Be bald and free today. We will offer cash rewards to people wearing toupees if they take them off. So if you have it, I'm just kidding. We won't offer that, but that is what today is. I don't know who comes up with this stuff. National Dessert Day. Every week, Americans eat an average of 3 desserts. Let me know this morning how many desserts you eat on average, but 3 desserts, the average American will eat. 85% indulging in dessert at least once a week. 59% of Americans eat dinner just to order dessert, while 33% say that they dream about desserts more than 4 times a day. It is National Dessert Day. Going back to Columbus Day, this U.S. federal holiday proclaimed by President Johnson in 1968 commemorates the day when Christopher Columbus first set foot in the Americas. In the USA, it is observed on the second Monday in October. Though Columbus Day is one of 10 U.S. legal federal holidays, it is not considered a major one, though, as well. A few things that you need to know today. Analysts are saying that Netflix price hike is probably in the near future. Just so you know, we haven't used Netflix in a long time. I switched over to YouTube TV and just really haven't used a lot of that stuff, to be honest, anymore. Just a few more here today. Not really seeing a lot. Boy, Michael Jackson had a son named Blanket. I forgot about this. He's 22 today. Goes by Big Jackson is his name. Amazon says their Prime Big Deals. Did any of you take part of the Prime Big Deals event? Their biggest ever October shopping event. They say that Prime members saved over $1 billion. By the way, next up, Prime's 4th annual Holiday Beauty Haul, which will take place from October the 21st through November the 3rd. Some other news, too, kind of some weird news coming across that I didn't see this coming. 7-Eleven is going to close 444 of their stores from Canada to Mexico. And yes, many of those right here in the United States. 7-Eleven said that many of their stores are now underperforming. I go to the Suno here in Huntsville all the time off Sam Houston. Love that store, the staff, and hopefully they will not close because I really do like those guys a lot. Hurricane Milton dumped so much rain over parts of Florida's Tampa Bay area that it qualified as a 1 in 1,000 year rainfall event. St. Petersburg, who we saw many dramatic video coming out of that community, almost 18 and a half inches of rain, more than 1.5 feet in the 24-hour period. Still 6 weeks left in this Atlantic hurricane season. There's a good chance that catastrophic Hurricane Milton won't be the last storm to impact the United States this year. By the way, do you eat salmon? I do. Do you say salmon? I say salmon, depending. I said salmon while ago. I meant salmon. While eating salmon is good for you, eating too much of it, though, has risks. One reason for this is salmon contains mercury and at lower amounts than other fish. Mercury has been shown to build up the body over time and can cause brain development issues in some people. It's worth noting, however, that such issues are only tied to eating very high quantities of the fish. So a few things there as well. Today's impossible question: 74% of people do not have this skill. What is it? 74% of people do not have this skill. Think about that as we continue on here in just a few moments. But again, 74% of people do not have this skill. What is it? You can feel free to comment in the comments section below, and we will get to that in just a few moments. A few other did you knows this morning. Minneapolis. If you're planning on going to Minneapolis, ladies, they have the most single men over the age of 18, according to the U.S. Census. I didn't know that the U.S. Census keeps up with those kind of things. 36% of drivers, it doesn't happen here, but if you're up north in that area, it does. 36% of drivers think that an ice scraper is the most important thing to keep in a car. I can tell you when I lived in Fargo, I agree with that wholeheartedly. 31% of us don't clean or wash our car. With children, I can agree to that now. A greeting card has been touched by 25 other people before you buy it. So the next time you think about buying a greeting card, think of all the other people. Just like money, a lot of people touch money. Well, 25 people on average have touched the greeting card that you will purchase. The average American won't finish paying off holiday debt until July. And finally, 12% of people have gone through a neighbor's trash. So there's a few things you need to know. Today's impossible question. Let's see if we had anybody this morning comment on the impossible question today. Just taking a look. We have a lot of folks joining us, by the way, this morning. Autumn said cursive, ability to use blinkers. This is 74% of people do not have this skill. Autumn said cursive or the ability to use blinkers. All of those are really good. Joy, good morning, Joy, and happy belated birthday from a few weeks ago. We gave you a shout out on Facebook. Always good to see you, Miss Joy. She said common sense. Lots of folks don't have this. My grandpa used to say common sense is an uncommon thing, and that's a really good answer. Probably would be right. 74% of people don't have this skill. That is not the answer we're looking for, but a good guess. The correct answer, 74% of people do not have this skill, parallel parking. 74% of people don't know how to parallel park. I can say that I do. Luckily, I don't have to much, but back in the day in Georgetown, I had to. And, it's not super easy, but 74% of us don't know how to do it. Hey, I wanted to highlight something yesterday. We're about to sign off here in just a few moments. I wanted to highlight something that I didn't even really know about until my social media feed started blowing up. Did any of you see Elon Musk's Starship rocket yesterday? This is such a monumental feat in engineering and space exploration. His Starship rocket has completed a world first after part of it was captured on its return to the launch pad. Now, normally these reusable rockets, they will go up into space, and then the fuel tanks and all that will drop back to the Earth. The way that they've done this before is a lot of these, they will capture it with a parachute and those kind of things. Well, this is actually part of the rocket was recovered. We're not talking a fuel cell, part of the actual rocket itself. This is coming this morning. I'm reading this verbatim from BBC, but it's all over the news. The SpaceX vehicle's lower half maneuvered back beside its launch tower where it was caught in a giant pair of mechanical arms as part of its fifth test flight. This brings SpaceX's ambition of developing a fully reusable and rapidly deployable rocket a big step closer. Engineers at SpaceX declared yesterday as it landed a big day for the history books. The chances of the bottom part of the rocket, known as the Super Heavy booster, being caught so cleanly on the first attempt, by the way. Now, they've had 5 test flights, but never one of those test flights included recovering the big, heavy, super heavy boosters, they call it. This was the first time that they attempted to recover it, and it was successful. Very slim chance that they thought this would happen, but they did. Prior to the launch, the SpaceX team said it would not be surprised if the booster was instead directed to land in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's what they used to do. They used to direct these things to land out in the water. They'd go recover them. Well, now this booster, not only is it not landing in the Gulf of Mexico, and of course this all happens from right here in the Lone Star State, but they now recover these rockets. They can recover it right back to where it started. I got a video this morning of this, and if you didn't see this, you may be thinking, what's the big deal about this? I want to show you this video real quick. This is courtesy of Fox News. And here is the video along with the audio from Fox yesterday as it happened. Now, I'm just going to play the last minute or so of this. So just enjoy this real quick and watch this feat.
You can see how fast this vehicle is moving on the left hand.
Check this out.
We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now.
Just unbelievable to watch this. Wow.
Booster running current shutdown.
Megavilla has caught the booster.
Look at those engineers, just hundreds of them.
Are you kidding me?
Love that, love that, love that. And those engineers just beside themselves as they should be. What an incredible feat. And some folks in the space world are saying that that may be the biggest feat that they have seen since the lunar landings way back in the 60s and the Apollo missions. So just unbelievable how technology continues to advance and great things are starting to happen in that sector. I hope and pray that in my lifetime we get to go back to the moon. I want my children to be able to see that. And I also hope and pray that we are on our way to Mars one day. I know some folks will say we got better ways to spend our money, but I won't get into the political discussion of that. I will say, though, that I think that type of exploration just really ignites and fires up the next generation. Think of those of you that are watching this morning that did get to witness the moon landing. That had to be so inspirational for you at the time if you were young and you got to see that. I mean, I feel like my generation's been robbed because we haven't been able to see that yet. George Bush had a plan in place that we were supposed to be back on the moon by 2020 and Mars by 2030, and that kind of got scraped. But NASA is working on a plan to take us back to the moon, hopefully by 2030, and then onwards and upwards from there. They are actively working on that, and I do believe it's going to happen in my lifetime, and I hope it does. I want to see that. So wanted to share that with you this morning. And before we go, a little inspiration that I wanted to share this morning as well. My wife and I were in Georgetown this weekend, and you know, very special lady close to Bridget's family and that became close to me over the past 11 years or so, passed away peacefully last night as we had the loss of Granny last night. My wife was able to be there with her in her final moments. I was there for most of the day. I went on Saturday and then came back late yesterday afternoon, but just loved her. And it made me think about something, and I wanted to share this. That as we walk through life, we all face moments of loss. Each and every one of you that are hearing my voice this morning, whether you're on the social media feeds or you're joining us on the Spirit Radio FM app, all of us have faced a moment of loss. Maybe some of us much more serious than others. Maybe some of you have never lost a close loved one, but one day that reality will come to pass. And it's people that we love, those who we've really held close to our hearts, may no longer be with us today. But here's something that I've learned that's very, very powerful at 40 years old now. And it's weird. It seems like at 40, all these things that I've been thinking about my entire life are starting to make more sense. I've learned something very powerful, friends, and I wanted to share it with you this morning to bring some of you comfort and hope, that even in the midst of sorrow of losing somebody, there is hope. And that hope comes from knowing Jesus Christ and the promise that we will see our loved ones again if they've accepted him and we've accepted him. And I said this, I'm so grateful that those closest to our family are in fact believers, and that we can look forward to that joyful reunion, friends, one day. So don't lose hope. Let the joy that only Christ can give fill your heart, and trust in his eternal promises. Friends, I'll say this, it's not enough just to know him. You need to accept him. And so this morning I want to encourage you to ask the Lord into your life. Maybe you've never made that commitment. I don't do invitations on this show much, but I will this morning because I feel it prompted. The first step is just admitting that you're a sinner. Admit that you have faults. Admit that you can't do this on your own. Second is believe that Jesus Christ came and died for you and died for your sins, that he shed his blood at the cross of Calvary. And third, confess your faith in him and say, Lord, I just believe in my heart and I confess with my mouth that you are my Lord, that you came, you are the only Son of God, and you are the only way to heaven. And friends, I believe if you pray that, you mean it from your heart, that you're saved and that the eternal kingdom waits for you. Don't worry about your past. Don't worry about the things that you've done. You know why? Because when you've accepted the Lord into your heart, those things, yes, they've happened, but you have a new slate and you can start new. And maybe this morning you need to rededicate your life, and I want to encourage you to do that this morning, friends. Like I said, I don't do this often, but I just felt that prompting in my heart because I believe there's one person out there today that needs to find that hope and that joy in our Lord. And friends, if you made that commitment, I pray that you find a good Bible-believing church to get involved in, one that loves the Lord and preaches from the Bible. There's many churches here in Huntsville, so many good people, so many good churches, but those good churches and good people won't get you to heaven. It's only through a relationship with him. But do get connected to a body of believers. I had someone once say, well, you know, Rob, I don't really need to go to church. I know the Lord. And you know what? You're right. You don't need church to be saved, but you do need to be around a body of believers so you can grow in that faith. I want to invite you here to First. We have services every single Sunday at 9:45 or 9:30 with Bible study. Service starts at 10:45. And if you can't find it here at First, go to another church. There's so many good places to be here in our community. And maybe you're not from this area. Just ask people in your community and get plugged in. Wanted to share that with you this morning. I love you, Huntsville. I love the opportunity to come here every morning and talk to you, even on Columbus Day, that we are here today, and appreciate Breanna Dotson being with us and helping us to promote the good happening here in Huntsville. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Great show lined up. Many folks will be back on tomorrow with us. Magnolia Kennel, Steph Valley is coming on at 8:15. We'll have Jack Durish of the local VFW coming on at 7:45. And friends, we have an entire week booked up. We'll be here with Jason, too, of Guardian Defense as our Tuesday co-host. But we'll have those folks on tomorrow. Wednesday, Amanda Sturdivant from the Huntsville Public Library rejoins us. On Thursday, Jamie Salas is with us. And then we'll wrap up the week with Carla Christian. Also on Friday, we're going to be live from Cafe Texan. And we will be out there almost all day helping Safe House with their annual Gel and Bell. Hey, before I go this morning, I wanted to recognize quite a few folks. Jamie Saucier tuning in this morning. So great to see you. Autumn Wheaton joining us across the platform saying, good Monday morning. Happy Huntsville family. Love you. Appreciate you. Hey, Brian Smith joining us. Some Bearcat fans won't like this, but that's my buddy up in Fargo. He's saying, go Bison. Hey, good. And he said it to Breanna, too. I love that, Brian. I didn't say that to her, but, man, good morning to you. Good win for NDSU. We can talk. You know, we can talk. NDSU's in the FCS, so there's no competition left anymore there. One day when you guys hop over to FBS, it may be renewed. Steph Valley saying good morning over at Magnolia Kennel. It's a positive day at Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville. My good buddy Wally Harmon joining from Georgetown. Good morning to you, Wally. He's also the voice of the Eagles there in Georgetown. Does a great job. Lewis Murphy, good morning to you. How about Terrell Davis, TD? What's up, man? First-time commenter on the show this morning. Terrell is up in Oklahoma, man, doing great work for the Lord up there. So great to reconnect with you, Terrell, and enjoyed messaging you yesterday. Terrell was always so good to me in high school. Great man, and he is doing incredible work up there in Oklahoma. Love you, brother. Good to hear from you this morning. Phyllis Dillard joining us as well today. Appreciate you, Miss Phyllis. She's over here at First, keeping us in line as always. Many others also joining us across the social media platforms. I miss these comments because they come in on the back end, but Quentin Glaze, our number one engager, good morning to you. Jennifer Augustinetti saying good morning. It's a marvelous Monday, saying have a blessed week. Joy Daly saying good morning. My sister saying, Rebecca Schaefer saying good morning, Huntsville, happy Monday. Talking about my little niece, Zoe, who's going to be here next year. Roger Burnett joining us this morning. Carolyn Gibson, the grandmother of Huntsville, saying have a blessed day. El Turpinning saying good morning. Kyle Kreiner says I'm out. I'm out here this morning. I'm out here. I don't know where you're at, Kyle, man. Love you, brother. Good to have you on this morning. And whenever we ask, like 74% of people can't do this, and Kyle said singing. They think they can, but they can't. Hey, that's a good guess, man. Also, Breanna Dotson was with us earlier, and Riley Taylor. Oh, Riley was joining us. That's her daughter this morning. She says, now I know why you wanted me to watch so bad. I definitely am still divided, but Sam has some nice perks. And so it's so great to have you. Hey, I wanted to share a video real quick, too, before we go. This just kind of crossed into my heart. And, you know, a month ago, I talked about Bridget's family losing their wonderful grandmother, such a sweet lady. And, you know, about a month ago or so, we were able to go see her. In fact, on Thursday, she was talking to the chaplain and said, you know, I'm almost ready to go see Jesus, but not quite yet. I got one more thing I got to do. And it's to just a very humble lady who loved the Lord so much. And that's the legacy that she's going to have. And I wanted to share something because compassion is so important in this world. And I think that we all need to show compassion, friends, as much as we possibly can. We need to be mindful of those around us, and we need to think about ways that we can be there and love on others and help others. And before we go, I know I said I wanted to go, but I want to share this with you. And if you're still hanging on with us this morning, please stay engaged because I want you to watch this video. This was a caretaker that was with Granny here about a month ago. And this man shows so much compassion. Watch this with me this morning. And let's all emulate this man and what he did a month ago.
For all I've been blessed with in this life, there was an emptiness in me. I was imprisoned by the power of gold. With one honest touch you set me free. Let the world stop turning. Let the sun stop burning. Let them tell me love's not worth going through. If it all falls apart, I will know deep in my heart the only dream that mattered had come true. In this life, I was loved by you.
Friends, we need more of that. The full video is on my Facebook page, but I wanted to share that this morning because that's the compassion that our world needs so desperately. A caretaker, loving on somebody, showing them compassion. I think all of us can learn from that this morning. And so I want to encourage you today, if there's somebody in your path that you can show some compassion to, you never know how far that's going to go and what difference that's going to make in somebody's life. Huntsville, we live in a community where that's possible. We are so blessed to be here in East Texas surrounded by people who genuinely care. The other day, somebody said, I've been in this community for 40 years. I've seen nothing but the bad. Friends, those are the people that we need to reach out to the strongest and show them the good, because the good is evident in every single corner of this precious area that we live in. And it's up to us to help bring that compassion and that love and that sincerity to other people. Maybe that person said that comment because they have not been shown compassion. Maybe they've been through some of the darkest days of their lives over the last 40 years. You have the opportunity today to change that trajectory for somebody. We can put aside our differences. We can put aside the things that divide us, especially in this polarized political climate. Doesn't mean you got to be best friends. Doesn't mean you got to agree with everybody. But one thing that we do have to do is love each other. And I want to encourage you to do that today. See people as Jesus sees people. Love on them. Support them as much as you can. I'm not telling you to go against what you believe, but I'm telling you to love on people. To provide a listening ear, to provide a hug, to let them know that you genuinely care. Just be there for somebody today. Huntsville, we love you. We'll be back at it tomorrow right here, bright and early at 7:30 as we continue to promote the good in our community. Always love you. Appreciate you being here. Until next time, as I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. Friends, we need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. To my wife, I love you, sweetheart, and your family. We'll talk to you very soon. Till then, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you guys back at it. Have a wonderful and very, very blessed day, everyone. So long.